Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I am Gary, your host. This is where I like to take a look at some older comics, talk a little bit about the characters and creators, and examine the stories and the art. And this time, this is another impromptu one, because today I went to the Rocky Mountain Con, which is a comic and collectibles show, and I got some books. So I was going to do a haul video, Rocky Mountain Con haul. This, do it in two parts. This is the old stuff that I picked up today, and then later I'll do the new stuff that I picked up. And these are all inexpensive. This first one is the most expensive, and it's not expensive at all. Just I didn't have money to invest. I saw some stuff I would probably like to get, but I didn't want to pay that much, and it wasn't that expensive. But and I mostly picked up stuff that I didn't normally get at the time that they came out, and so now I can read them, and I can do episodes on them. But I want to start off with this one. This one's a beauty. This is the most expensive one, and it wasn't expensive at all, if you can see without that glare. This is the Phantom. It's gold key number 10 from 1965. Now, I've done some shown you some of the Phantom before. I always liked the Phantom, and I think I've only got one other gold key Phantom issue of the Phantom, and that's one of the big reasons why I got this, is because most of what I've got is I've got some of the King Features period when they did comic books, and Charlton, and then some of the later publishers, but not the gold key. And they had several others there, but I just couldn't afford to pay for those. But this is a lot of fun. I'm anxious to look into that. And also, then there's this. And all the rest of the stuff came from this one dealer, and he was selling comics by the pound. It was $7 a pound, and I got just over two pounds. so this. So we start off with I got issues 1 and issue 2 of Martian Manhunter from 96-97, and I always liked Martian Manhunter. And these, so I want to cover him sometime. And I had some issues from a different run, but I don't think I'd ever gotten any from this particular run. So this looks promising. Ostrander and Mandrake creators. And then what kind of goes along with that in a way is I got a couple issues here of the 12-issue maxi series, but I only got 2 issues of it here. Is Gem, Son of Saturn, and I had that at the time. I don't remember much about the story. I haven't read it in ages, but I remember that later they did some kind of retcon or something, so that these were tied in with Martian Manhunter background, or maybe it was before already integral into. I don't know, because I always thought it was kind of odd because Jim looks a lot like Martian Manhunter, except he's red, and I think they're the two races are related. Here he is taking on Superman, and of course it's got that beautiful Gene Colan art. That worth it alone is worth it, and we're going to get more Gene Colan. Then I got a couple of issues of Wonder Woman. This is 117 from 97. This is during the John Byrne run, and I always liked the John Byrne work on Wonder Woman, but I didn't get too many of them at this time. But he may not be aware that John Byrne wrote a Wonder Woman prose novel, hardback. I've got it. I still have never gotten completely read. Get distracted with something else and get off onto it. But it was promising, and I was really liking the story, because it's got some, since she's with the ancient Greek gods, And in this world, they are real. And got some preacher who is really out to get, some big mega preacher is out to get her because she considers her their, well, because of the gods thing. And then this is the 96 annual Wonder Woman annual. It's and this is, they were doing some alternate versions of characters for that year. I've got, I think I got a Superman one from that year that I want to do sometime. And we got a Just Gone In. This is issue number 2 from I think this was 97. After they had canceled the original black and color run, and then rebooted it, and I never got into it that time. At that time, they were, most of that stuff wasn't very good in the 90s, and now I wish I had gotten some just to have and to have read. And so I was glad to get a hold of at least one of these, because I don't think I ever read any of them from this particular run. And then I got Thriller number 2. Now this is from 86, 87. 1983. And I remember this when it was in there. I don't remember anything about it. I've had some, but I want to give that a shot. And then Star-Lord Magazine. This is mostly John Byrne. I think he did. Chris Claremont wrote it, and it's a thick book. And this is Star-Lord before he was associated with the Guardians of the Galaxy. So, and some nice work. And I've got some others, because I've done one on Star-Lord, but I was wanting to do some other on Star-Lord too sometime. If I can ever find the original Guardians of the Galaxy's books that I've got, I'll show you what they actually look like. The real Guardians of the Galaxy. This looks good. Good John Byrne art. And Marvel Fanfare. And I used to get several of these. I did one an episode on the Hulk from Marvel Fanfare not too long ago. And of course there's usually 1 or 2 stories and stuff in there. And this is of course about the Black Widow. And that's a really great cover. And I don't know if I had this one or not. But I do now. And eventually we'll take a look at it. And then I got this Magnus robot fighter from Valiant from 94 or so. Of course, I can't find the year right up off the bat, somewhere in there when Valiant got it. This is issue number 2024, and I mentioned before, Valiant really screwed up these Gold Key characters, and I always loved Magnus Robot Fighter, but this was a little earlier, and I think I liked these earlier ones better. Syndicate. And later, that was later before they gave him some dopey armor and stuff, and I didn't like that. But we'll take a look at this Magnus. And this, yeah, it has some nice coloring in this. And then Marvel's New Universe, The Kickers. And when I did that, because I've showed you several of the New Universe titles, and I didn't have any of these, but I had some in the past. This looks interesting. Where Walks the Robot? And then I'm going to round it off with, I got 4 issues of Nathaniel Dusk, Private Eye. But unfortunately, there are 4 issues. There were 2 4-issue miniseries. And I've got issue 1 from the first miniseries and 3, 4, and 5 from the second miniseries. And I had these, I don't remember if I ever got these. And I still think I have these out in the garage. But talk about your gorgeous Gene Colan art. It's the only reason I got these. I just love the Gene Colan art. And of course, the great Don McGregor writing. And this is great stories, as I recall. Well, I haven't read them in years. So that's what we've got this time with my comic book haul from the Rocky Mountain Con. But I'll do the new books another time. So I thank you for joining me. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Tell me which one of these looks promising to you, and and which ones you think are stinkers right off the bat. We'll see. Let me know in the comments below. And remember, comics are art.